back block, and that's
the guy that rolls his body around.
Mic Drop Sports. Steel City Live.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Steel City Live here on Mic Drop Sports. We appreciate you for diving in. Already a super chat coming through. Thank you to the Scott for donating bright and early. Super chats are always wide open, my friends. Thank you so very much. The Scott says, gonna try to make it, but phone's at 10%. Go Steelers. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Hope to see you in the chat, diving into conversation. Again, thank you for the super chat. Very, very much appreciated, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. Like, share, and subscribe, my friends. As always, we truly appreciate your comments. Dive into the conversation as we are going to talk a little Pittsburgh Steelers football here on Mic Drop Sports. As always, though, we are grateful for your conversation pieces because your conversation pieces are what drives the show. So make sure you're putting your comments in, liking, sharing, hype button, all that good stuff. That definitely will bring more people to the conversation. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Another super chat coming in. Thank you for my ploy is Pink79. Happy Saturday, Jason. Thank you for all you do. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you guys also for understanding that I haven't been on for a couple days because, yeah, it's kids sports is crazy. Football banquet, end of the year football banquet. Kid playing two sports now. I coach one of those sports on top of it. So, yeah, we're going to find as much time as we can to do these as always. So, I'm thinking maybe like a 3-day a week and game day, post game for the majority of the time, the post game show, unless it's a super late game because, you know, nobody wants to be up talking Steelers at 1:30 in the morning. But anyway, we're going to try to figure something out that's a little bit easier in terms of my obligations to be on to because I just every day it's just I don't know how to do it. It's just too much with my youngest son doing so much right now. Big JD in the house. What's up, JD? Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Again, guys, make sure you're putting your comments in there of what you guys want to talk about with the Steelers, what you want to talk about with this game coming up against the Chicago Bears, and a big game for both of these squads coming up. And injuries are going to play a role in this one. Just like every week in the National Football League, injuries seem to play a major, major role. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers and what they've been able to do even against the run here as of late since week 4. You say to yourself, how are they going to fare against the Bears' second ranked run offense? That's going to be a big thing that we need to discuss here on a Saturday. Also, the Bears missing some linebackers, missing some cornerbacks. One of their linebackers going to be put back onto injury reserve now, or on to injury reserve. So, yeah, a lot of big things. Who's going to start for the Steelers? Is Darius Slay definitely going to go? Yeah, it looks to be that way. You heard Mike Tomlin say he'll play him. So, you know, we got to talk about all those things. Is Aaron Rodgers going to be the guy? He's questionable for Sunday. Is the Superman, Mason Rudolph, going to come out there and be able to go against a Bears defense that looks pretty susceptible right now with the amount of injuries? They're talking 2 corners out. They're talking 3 linebackers, 3 of their top linebackers out. And let's dive into some of that right now. Bears, top 3 linebackers, Edmonds, Edwards, Sewell, out against the Steelers. That was a topic there that is absolutely huge. When you're missing 3 of your linebackers, your top linebackers, it's really, really hard to overcome that deficiency if you are the Chicago Bears defensively. So would you rather see maybe an injured Aaron Rodgers out there, or would you rather see a fully healthy Mason Rudolph out there to possibly dissect a defense that's looking like that maybe you can take advantage of some injuries here and take advantage of some guys that normally aren't in there being in there on a full-time schedule and take advantage. That's the big thing here. This is a chess match, and Mike Tomlin's got to play it. And who gives you your best opportunity to win? Is it Aaron Rodgers? Is it Mason Rudolph? You got to take the injuries into consideration, and the Bears are taking some injuries into consideration here against the Steelers. Then you look at the Bears roll out cornerbacks, Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon versus the Steelers, and put linebacker Tremaine Edmonds, the brother of former Pittsburgh Steelers Terrell Edmonds, on to injured reserve. That's what we were talking about there just a few short minutes ago. The Steelers definitely, cornerbacks being out, linebackers being out. Take advantage. That has to be the theme for tomorrow's pregame show. Take advantage of the injuries. Take advantage of players not being in position where they're normally at, or normal starters being there. Take advantage of that situation and run with it. If you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6-4 right now as a ball club, can you take advantage and come out of this 7-4? That's the big question for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because again, guys, it's a vastly different world at 6-5 or 7-4. The Steelers got to get back onto a winning roll here. They got to start stacking some wins and start stacking those consistent performances by the Steelers defense and offense. This gotta be a complete game, a team win here in Chicago against the Bears. Let's get back to the chat. JD, I haven't been paying attention, but is Mason starting this week or Aaron Rodgers? I think it's still up in the air here. You got Mason Rudolph fully healthy, Aaron Rodgers injured, playing around with that brace on at practice. He is practicing, but yet remains questionable. So how does that translate to Sunday? I think it's a good move by Mike Tomlin by not saying exactly definitively right now what you're going to do. I wouldn't. I would just keep leaving it in limbo there, JD. That's kind of what I would do if I'm Coach Tomlin, and I think Coach Tomlin's smart enough to do that, no doubt about it. Extra black. Every time the opposing team is missing a few of their star players, it never helps the Steelers. More times than not, the Steelers lose. I was thinking that same shit, Extra Black. You are not thinking crazy there. You're not, because I feel the same thing. Let me move my light over. But yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I always been saying that. Like, damn, every time I feel like, hey, you're missing some key stars here, take advantage and get the job done, I feel like the Steelers dropped the damn ball. And I thought I was just in my head. And when you said that, that made me happy, because I'm like, I'm not the only one thinking this shit. So yes, definitely Extra Black. I think that is a problem. We haven't won in Chicago since 1995. Guys, I get that, but how many times you played in Chicago? You know what I mean, my friend? How many times? You got to take that into consideration. Once, twice, maybe. You don't play there very often, and it's definitely, something that if you're not getting a lot of cracks at it, it definitely can fall into a little bit of a rut. My Floyd is Pick 79 also says, I say play Mason. I say also play Mason Rudolph, because I like healthy football players. I don't want guys that are hobbled out there, not when it's not a necessity for them to play, guys. That's the thing for me. If you have an injured star player that you love out there, that's your starter, but yet you have a very competent backup that you are highly, highly okay with putting out there, and you are confident in what they can do, I don't think you turn to the guy that's injured. There's no need for it. Why risk more injury, serious injury, that is almost unrecoverable for you, for that player, uh, just to play them 1 week when you don't have to? This isn't the AFC Championship game where you want Aaron Rodgers and his veteran presence in that game. It's not that. This is a game here in the middle of the season. Yes, it means a lot. It does, and it's a big thing for the Steelers to win this game. It's a must-win for them, especially with the Ravens nipping at their heels. It is a must-win, but yet every week's a must-win. We know that. But anyway, this is an opportunity right here where you just ride with Mason, and it makes sense. It makes sense for the long-term health of Aaron Rodgers. It makes sense for your long-term goals in terms of getting Mason yet more snaps. That way you are comfortable moving forward even more than you already are with him because you know that he's taken more snaps than you anticipated, and that he's been in the offense a little bit more in live game action, meaningful game action, so that if later down the road he is thrust into a playoff game or something, you're not going to be biting your nails because you know that the man has already taken significant snaps within this season. And that is something that definitely really breathes a lot of confidence into me if I were the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Scott, if Aaron can't do it, I'm fine with Mason finishing this season. Yeah, and I don't even think it's a thing of Mason having to finish the season because I don't think Aaron needs to be out for that long. But I think it's this. Again, don't play injured players when you have the depth. Depth wins in this league. If you have depth, you have competent backups that can step in and perform in the next man up bullshit saying that he always has. Yeah, if you got that guy, next man up, let him play. Why risk injury? You don't need to continue to do that. My Floyd is Pink 79 says, wasn't his brother a running back for us too? Yes, Trey Edmonds, Trey, Terrell, and Tremaine. All three begin with a T. All three, last name Edmonds. All three brothers. Definitely a rarity. And to be his mother and father, to definitely be so proud to have three young men in your house make it to the National Football League. What a blessing and a true testament to to their parents too, because kids just don't make it there, just because they're a great athlete. Yes, that plays a big role in it, but they got to be well mannered out in the public. They got to be able to handle themselves. They got to be able to understand work ethic, and they got to have good examples of that. Typically, for three young men to be able to reach that plateau, that has to be a lot of credit to their parents, man. They have to be really good parents to be able to keep three young men in the right path and ensure that they made and reached their goals as a young football players. Black and Gold 36. Hey, Jason, I believe we can run this game. Run this game clock out of the game with Warren and Gainwell, giving the Bears are depleted on D. I feel they will come out with their ears pinned back trying to get to Rodgers. And that's another reason that I think Aaron Rodgers should not play here. Again, the injury. And I don't want the mobility to be an issue because of what you're saying, because I think that is something that defenses do when they are outmanned, when they are playing with backups, and they are just uncomfortable with maybe the scheme and the roster that they have out there, the personnel they have out there, as opposed to the scheme that they normally run. How do you overcome some of those deficiencies? You drop back, you play loose, cover two, cover three, deep zones. You play that coverage like that with the back end, and you pin your ears back and you go after it with the defensive front, and you try to destroy the quarterback. That's how you overcome some of that, guys. That's what I would do. What does that though leave open in the middle? Short to intermediate game, getting rid of the ball quickly. That could really result in a lot of yards after the catch for the Steelers. And that's where you need to see guys like Roman Wilson and Calvin Austin, DK Metcalf, catching those short underneath drag routes that I really want them to start utilizing, especially if defenses do think that they can get to Aaron Rodgers quickly and they're pinning their ears back. Those quick off the ball, just bam, nail them off the line. I love those, man, and I feel like they can go for big yardage. But I don't want to see the behind the line quick screen passes. I hate that shit. Dump it out in front, man. Get it going. And I think that sets up other things for you too. But I think that's how the Steelers could counteract that a little bit. But that's how defenses do overcome some of those deficiencies. They pin their ears back, they play soft zone, and they dare you to throw the football all over the place while they're going to come get you. That's the basic philosophy there. But yeah, if you're the Steelers offensively, you need to establish a run game, definitely with Warren, Gainwell, and I think Caleb Johnson's going to start emerging a little bit more, guys. I really truly believe that he's been inched into this a little bit more, and I think the Steelers are doing that purposefully because they really like what they're seeing. I really liked what I saw out of him in college. I thought the Steelers got a rock bottom bare bargain price for him inside of the National Football League draft. last season, and I truly, truly believe that the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to start inching him in. And boy, what a great thing it would be to have a three-headed monster in the run game for the Steelers headed into the playoffs. That would be something really, really special, and that could really catapult the Steelers into some playoff wins. This is a season, guys. I'm not saying they're gonna make it to the playoffs. I'm not saying that they're gonna have success, but when I look at this season, if the Steelers are able to remain on track right now, continue to the path they're on, maintain this division, and end up being that 4 seed, I think this could be a year under a guy like Aaron Rodgers with the veteran presence that he has. I think the Steelers could win a couple playoff games if they can make it there. That's the thing. Can they withstand the attrition of the season, this long NFL season? Can they withstand that? Can they continue to do some things that are necessary defensively in order to do that? But I really like the chances if the Steelers get a chair inside, a seat inside of the conference playoffs. I think they can win a game or two. And I'm leaning more toward two. Now, whatever happens after that, I always feel like that's a roll of the dice, man. It's a crapshoot. And that's how I always feel about the playoff brackets. Yeah, there's some should win type teams that go in there early, but I feel like once you make it down to about that 2 or 4 teams that are left, it's a roll that dice because anything can happen, guys. Anything. So if you can get a win, get into round two. Yeah, some magic can happen. You just never know. What'd you say, Scott? It's a 1 o'clock game. We seem to do better in non-primetime games. Yeah, no shit about that, brother. JD, yes, Extra Black is right. If Tom Brady was playing against the Bears, he'd blow them out by 40 points. We may speak it out by a field goal, squeak it out by a field goal. But I trust in the Boz. Yeah, that's one luxury about having the Boz, man. You don't mind tight games, man. You don't mind tight games at all. What's up, Foots Big? Good to see you, man. Let me get a drink, guys. Meantime, while I'm getting a little sip here, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you're hitting the like button, guys. It's absolutely free to do. Don't forget, Mike Drop Mafia memberships are 99 cents. I'm not offering you some great package to be a member. I'm just saying it's 99 cents. It's $1 a month to donate, and it really, really helps the channel be successful. So please, I'd appreciate that. I agree. There's smoke when it comes to us downplaying depleted teams. Uh, it's because of our scheme. It's not so much of one. So opposing coordinators are showing them the blueprint on how simple it is. Yeah, I feel like the vanilla game plans have been an issue. Um, a must win, especially when they are playing the Jets tomorrow. Who's that? Who's playing the Jets? The Steelers are playing the Bears tomorrow. I don't know who you meant. I don't know who you meant playing the Jets, but it's big. What's up, Justin Menike in the house? Extra Black says, I know this is a must game, but the Steelers really need to see Will Howard in a real game before the draft. His performance can really change how the Steelers approach the draft. I agree. I think that is true too. Extra Black. I definitely do think that is true. Sadly, you cannot jeopardize the season just to see somebody. Not when you're supposedly all in, like the Steelers say they are. But I look at this way: if you possibly want to see Will Howard this season, injuries happen naturally, so there's a percentage there that may end up happening. You just never know. But I think if the Steelers could go out there and get their job done here and start to build back up a little bit of a lead inside of the AFC North, that perhaps mathematically it might not matter in weeks 17, 18, somewhere in that category or that area of the season to where, you might be able to fit a Will Howard game in there. That may be a possibility for the Steelers, and that may benefit the Steelers' current quarterback situation in terms of Aaron Rodgers and Mason Rudolph, giving those guys a little bit of a break and allowing them to get healthy and allowing Will Howard to be seen as the Steelers' regular guy, especially late in the year like that. That might be really, really cool for the Steelers to be able to see and be a real option to where it doesn't hurt them. And I'm talking mathematically, meaning like they're guaranteed, they're locked to win the division, and no matter if they win or lose, it doesn't change any type of seed in terms of playoff seedings, in those top four. Because if they win the division, they're the four seed. It is what it is. So yeah. All right, Grimadusa. What's up, Za? Woo, let's go. Got to catch the best Steelers chat on the web. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. I think they're just kind of questionable and holding out, guys. And I don't think Mike Tomlin or anybody with the Steelers should say who's starting this football game. I would make them prepare for two vastly different quarterbacks, man. In my opinion, you really got to respect that monster deep ball from Mason Rudolph, and you got to respect that his mobility is way better than Aaron Rodgers. And then you got to respect the veteran presence of Aaron Rodgers and his ability to dissect defenses and his ability to read defenses and things of that nature. So, yeah, Caleb is a north-south runner. Anytime he tries to bounce it, he doesn't have the speed to get to the edge. Um, I think he has speed to get to the edge, Scott. That's my opinion. I think he does have that speed. I think more or less sometimes when he's been forced and his limited opportunities to bounce to the outside, I'm seeing that the defense has done a really excellent job of shifting him out. You know what I mean, or stretching him out to the sideline to where maybe perhaps in more of the defense than as opposed to Caleb. JD gifting 10 Mike Drop Sports memberships. Thank you, JD. We truly, truly appreciate that. Thank you, man. Black Magic 77777. Gang, gang. What's up, man? Good to see you. You know who we haven't seen? Bang, bang, AWOL. Bang, bang, Steeler Gang. I don't know where he been. Za says, we have so many vets. Cam wants to retire with a chip on his shoulder. This is the year, essentially, and A-Rod owes it to us for taking one from us so long ago. Yeah, I have a question, though. Did A-Rod win that, or did the Steelers just fumble it right into their lap? Damn, that pisses me off. Richard Mendenhall, though, he'll call you, everything in the book if you try to say anything about that fumble. Justin Medicke, do the Steelers match up well with every AFC team? I mean, every AFC team I've not really analyzed and broke down, but when I look at the Bears, I think they match up well. I'm going to save more of that for tomorrow's show for the pregame. So make sure you tune in for that. But we'll talk more about the matchups. But I think the Steelers fare very, very well against the Bears and what they're going to be able to do or not be able to do against the Steelers. So I'm really, really excited about that. But let's talk about the Steelers' run defense here against the Chicago Bears. Since the three games to start the season, here in week 4, this is when this started. The Steelers have been one of the more formidable teams against the run since week 4. The Steelers allow, on average, 92.3 rushing yards over 7 games. That's third best in the NFL during that time. So from week 4 till present day, the Pittsburgh Steelers are averaging are only giving up defensively 92.3 yards per game average. And again, guys, that ranks third right now in the NFL, third best inside of the NFL. So the Steelers defense has to be applauded. But guess what they're going against? Oh, excuse me, that second best run offense in the National Football League by the Chicago Bears here come this Sunday. Sunday is a big test for the Steelers' run defense against the Bears and their second best run offense. So, yeah, those are some things that they need to be taken into consideration here. And that's going to be a very pivotal matchup to watch as you see this game unfold. Are the Bears able to get in rhythm and start to run the football? Because that is going to naturally open things up for them offensively in terms of the pass game? Or are the Steelers going to be able to play that run game effectively and be able to get after Caleb Williams in a big way? Because that's what you're going to have to do. How do you attack Caleb Williams? Guys, it's a simple formula. And I tell you guys this with a lot of young, inexperienced quarterbacks that don't necessarily have the mind state that you need to have, or as some veterans may have, and that is flush them from the pocket. Get them into, or flush them up into the pocket, allow them to climb the ladder, force them into the hands of guys like Keanu Benton, Derek Harmon, Cameron Hayward, YA Black. Force that quarterback into the face of those monsters. And I say this why. Yes, it's going to force him up into the pocket. I don't want him out being athletic on the run, doing all types of things outside of the pocket. I don't want that. I want to force him up into the pocket to make him make decisions. That's what I want to make happen for Caleb Williams. Make him make decisions and make him make decisions efficiently over and over and over again. Don't give him easy. Let me just run outside of the pocket, wait for somebody to work themselves open, and let me just bomb it over your head. Or let me do scramble drills. No, we're not doing that, man. I want to keep him inside that pocket, force him to beat you mentally, force him to beat you with anticipation and his vision. That's what you want to do to Caleb Williams, and you want to put him on his ass. And why do I always like to force those guys up into the middle of the pocket? That's not always because of some of the reasons that I've given you before, but I like the way that guys in our defensive front can bat down passes. And that goes for TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, guys like that also that are around this defense. Sawyers, the Herbigs, all those guys, I feel like get their hands up really well. Even the linebackers, the middle linebackers for the Steelers, when they come in and they're coming down and crashing in there on a blitz and really trying to apply pressure, they understand to get your hands up. And I think the Steelers do that better than almost anybody, guys. So that's why I really like that. Force Williams up into that pocket, get those hands raised as you're collapsing things down on him, and force him to be able to have elite vision and elite processing and elite anticipation too, because you're going to have to get rid of the ball quickly. So his anticipation is going to be tested and tested in a big way if the Steelers are able to do those things. But that all starts too with being able to control the run game, because if you can't control the run game, you can't pin your ears back and try to force them up in, or force quarterbacks up into that pocket like that to collapse things around him. You're going to have to play more of the run and try to slow down that run. You're going to have to try to be able to stretch the runner out to the sidelines. You're going to have to play more of that style football. And that's not what you want to do. You want to be able to handle that run early. Don't allow them to get in rhythm in the run game, and attack them in that pass game in some of the ways that I was detailing there. Foot's big. I was thinking about the Ravens playing the Jets because they are right. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Foot's big. I didn't know what you meant, but yeah, that's a guaranteed win for them. And the Steelers can't afford to lose. They lose, I can guarantee you, come tomorrow night, the Steelers are tied in for first place in the AFC North with the Baltimore Ravens. You don't want that, guys. And where do the Steelers go after this? Just think about it for a second. They go up against the Bills. There's a game against the Bills. Then who do they go play? The Baltimore Ravens. The Steelers have to win one of these games here. They have to beat Chicago or they have to beat Buffalo. And I like their chances better against Chicago in terms of a matchup right now than I like against the Buffalo Bills without doing some homework. I really think Chicago's got to be a must win, guys. You're coming into Chicago, Buffalo, Baltimore, Miami. And I think, yes, I think 3 of those games are very winnable. And I think one's going to be a daunting task. That's just my opinion. But I think all 4 games are winnable. And I think here, if you get on a little bit of a run here, say you win 3 out of 4 here, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Steelers, man. Because to finish out the season, you got Detroit, Cleveland, and Baltimore. And that's another tough stretch. The Steelers are in a real shitstorm right now, guys. They are in a fucking tornado right now, guys. This schedule is not easy right now. It's just not. And I want to caution you, Steeler fans, about that, myself included. Um, this is going to be a very, very difficult stretch and a very difficult path to get into the playoffs. And um, that's why I want to caution you guys. This could go very, very south very, very quickly. It really can. When you look at this schedule, guys, it's definitely troublesome for sure with the teams that sit and lay in front of the Pittsburgh Steelers' path to the playoffs. Um, Again, they could easily be a 9 or 8 win football team when this shit is said and done. We have to be realists about that. So, do the Steelers come out and blow the fucking doors off the Bears and really get this thing moving? Because that is something we need badly from the Bears. We got a What's big gifted one, Mike Drop Sports members. Thank you, my friend. Truly appreciate that. Thank you, What's big. Definitely appreciate it for sure. So, yeah, guys, I want to caution you about that. Black and Gold 36. You're getting me ready to run through my living room wall, speaking sweet nothings of us going too deep in the playoffs this year. Oh, mama, I'm in fear for my life from the long arm of the law. Man, get fired up. But this could go 2 different ways, Black and Gold. It could go 2 different ways, guys. This schedule right here. Oh, I thought the magnet was strong enough. I thought the magnet was strong enough. Let me find it, man. Let me find it. I thought the magnet was going to stick to the computer. But it's tough, guys. It's a tough schedule. Schedule. Like, share, and subscribe. What's up, Ali? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. But like, share, subscribe. Hit the shit out of that hype button. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what the hell you're waiting for. Make sure you join us tomorrow here on Mike Drop Sports. Post, all that good shit. We are going to be launching into Steelers content tomorrow and hopefully talking about a big Pittsburgh Steelers victory, sending them into a 7-4 record and a comfortable lead, hopefully, if the Ravens lose inside of the AFC North division. Let's hope Sunday works out that way, my friends. But I got to tell you, I've picked against the Steelers here as of late, and I'm going to have to continue to do that. I got to, guys, because I've been wrong. So I've been wrong some. But last week I was wrong because I said the Bengals were going to fucking blow the doors off the Steelers. But they did not. So thankfully, I might have to continue that theme. I'll see. I'll see how I feel. Scott, let me get a drink. Yeah, hopefully we keep a game lead on the Ravens, but can't believe we let them catch up to us 2 years in a row. Absolutely. The Steelers were what, 10-2, 10-3 last year at one point. You can't do it. Let's evaluate Howard next preseason. And that's an option too, Ali. That's an option too. Because you have control of him. What's it matter? Who cares if you didn't get to see him this year? That's an option. And the reason I say that is because, yeah, I would like to see him. I do think it could change the way they draft next year. That way you don't have to move up and go grab somebody. But I don't think there's anybody that you're going to trade up for anyway at this point. So it doesn't matter. I don't think the opportunity is going to be there for you to do that anyway. So instead of reaching and going up there and making a big trade, take as many players as you can take that at a high position or at a high level, guys. Like maybe you move up into the 3rd or 4th round, or maybe you move up into the 2nd round and get an extra pick with some of your extra draft capital that you have. Maybe you do that. Maybe you go out there and get some more offensive linemen, maybe some cornerbacks. Maybe you do some of those things. Maybe you go out there and find a big massive wideout or something, and then draft a quarterback as it falls into your lap. And then you have Mason Rudolph under contract for next season. You're comfortable going into the season with him as the starter. Let Will Howard continue to develop. And maybe you got another guy that's coming in as a rookie that you're going to see if anything works out there. and perhaps you preserve some of that draft capital and figure out a way to turn that or flip that into the 2027 draft some way, somehow. By finagling shit around and making moves and making trades, and maybe you turn some of that draft capital into the next year even. But yeah, that's what you can do, man. Maybe trade some of those picks if people want them. Maybe you'll get some return for picks in 2027, things of that nature. Then maybe you move up. Maybe there's somebody you want to do that for then in 2027. But you can't force the quarterback issue, guys. One's really got. I hate to say this, and I hate to be the bearer of bad news. You can try all you want to manipulate the draft and trade up and do all this shit, but really, man, it's a roll of the dice with any of these quarterbacks. Just because somebody's good in college doesn't mean they're going to be good in the NFL. It just doesn't mean that. So you're really rolling the dice. You really are. And it's a gamble, and you got to have somebody fall into your lap. And sometimes, you win, sometimes you lose with that. Good to see a lot of people with the gift of memberships. Thank you, thank you. Big Mark Malone in the house. The Big Johnson got the edge just fine on that penalty last week. T Breeze 8659. What's up, man? Gonna check the game at my Steelers bar in Atlanta. Hope this team shows up on both sides of the ball. Well, enjoy yourself, my man. Make sure you have a cold one for me and enjoy yourself, and definitely have a good time. Oh man, also man, make sure you guys are washing your hands. Make sure that you are taking a lot of vitamins and nutrients into your body right now. What's up, TD? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, brother. Because there is some flu going around. There's some like COVID type stuff going around. There's a stomach virus going around. You really need to take care of yourself, especially if you're older. Make sure you are taking vitamins and eating good. Don't eat badly right now. Make sure you're eating really, really good, taking in a lot of fluids, and make sure you're paying attention to your body because my son right now has super high fever and things of that nature that we've been managing. Thankfully here at home. But if it gets much worse, we'd have to take him in and get him hydrated and things of that nature. But yeah, please make sure you guys are doing that also. And thank God I did my work test that I was supposed to be doing that I told you guys about when I was studying. So I did get that and pass that by a gazillion points. So I feel good about that. So yeah, that's one less thing on my plate. Red Sea Gaming. How you feel about this automatic win for your Steelers since my Bears are decimated on defense? We are not stopping anything. We already weren't stopping much already. I don't think it's an automatic win, man. Everybody in the NFL is good. I hear you. Thank you for stopping through, though. I appreciate that. Don't let quarterbacks get comfortable. Yes, exactly. No doubt. You never do, Forrest. What's up, D? Good to see you, man. Uh, I'm not sure, and I don't think that that's a wise move for Tomlin to even let out right now. I think he's smart enough not to. I think it's an advantage, and especially with the last commenter, Red Sea Gaming. When you're facing a decimated defense like you are going up against with the Chicago Bears, you don't want to give them any type of advantage. You want to make it even harder on them and having to prepare for two different quarterbacks. And I think they already have to prepare for two different quarterbacks, regardless if Aaron Rodgers starts, especially because he's wearing a brace, he's injured. So the chances of seeing Aaron Rodgers or seeing Mason Rudolph are probably pretty good regardless. Why? Because that could easily be injured enough to where you can't go through and continue to play. So good to see you, D. Forrester covers. Rogers ain't missing his last chance in Chicago. Yeah, I mean that's probably why he wants to force the issue. He don't want to miss that. He's owned them over the years, no doubt about it. But man, I think it's a stupid move if they put him in there. But that's just my opinion. Again, I'm only one person, and I could always be wrong. Black and Gold 36. Do we think we could implement more of a 4-3 since we have the defensive line to do it? That way, it could free up our edges the way our DBs haven't been playing. Man press. Yeah, and I talked about that a couple shows ago. When you talk about the Indianapolis Colts game, Black and Gold, you talked about the Steelers. Um, Well, we talked about it here, and I brought it up to you guys. The Steelers were playing a lot of like a 4-3 cloud type defense there. They were bringing in an extra middle linebacker, and the way that the defense sets up there is that they were really dedicating one of those middle linebackers, one of those three that were brought into the game to the run each and every time. And typically, they're taking somebody that isn't as great in the passing game in terms of coverage and letting them come downhill and smack the taste out of somebody's mouth, i.e., the running back, and allowing guys like Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson to handle the coverage duties that linebackers have. So that's kind of what they were doing in Indianapolis to allow them to have success against a guy like Jonathan Taylor. And perhaps they implement that again against a second place run offense in the Chicago Bears. Perhaps they do something similar to that again. But when we talk about the middle linebackers for the Steelers, I have to bring something up that popped into my head. And I know this player gets a ton of flack, and it's beyond me. And I'm not sure why. And I get it. He struggled a little bit in year one with the Steelers, and it's Patrick Queen. Guys, he probably played his best football game last week as a Steeler. A gazillion fucking tackles, man. This guy was all over the place. And if you're hating on Patrick Queen right now, you're not watching football. And I'm not trying to be ignorant, but Patrick Queen is playing really good football, guys. And my eyes, from my humble opinion, when I look at him and I look at the tape and I look at what Patrick Queen is doing, I got to say he's finally arrived as a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I am super happy about it. He is able to do it all right now. Everywhere on the football field, sideline to sideline speed is absolutely amazing. He's doing all the things that are necessary to just be a solid, competent leader out there at the middle linebacker position. So please continue to watch PQ and watch this display that he has been putting on. And he has been by far the best linebackers the Steelers have right now. He is playing very, very good football, guys. Very good football. Oh, JD was talking that black and gold. Jim D 509 49ers voided Ayuk's contract and guaranteed money today, right after he was injury cleared, and said they are releasing him. Would you take Ayuk after not playing over a year and year to give our offensive boost? Absolutely. I mean, if it's an option in terms of contract, whatever, however that works, I don't know what the details are. I didn't see that, Jim. But if it is an option, and it is an available option for the Steelers to add a guy like that, boy, would I do it, and I would do it in a fucking hurry if I were the Steelers. If that is an option, I don't know. I have to look more into it, but man, wouldn't that be something to move a guy like MVS up with a guy like an Ayuk up there with Roman, Calvin, and DK, and have that as your playoff roster? Whoo, baby, let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, man. I would love it. D, you should do a watch. Oh no, man! No one likes it when I do it, man. I've done it a couple times for a few minutes. Nobody comes on and watches, and people get a little pissed because my TV might be ahead of theirs, and I'm saying shit, and they'll be like, "I got to get off here," you know. So, and it's not just one or two; it's like a bunch of people that'll have that happen. And then there was a point that I had one viewer. I'm like, I ain't fucking doing this shit. So yeah, I'm not doing that no more. Talking trash with the Steeler gang. Amen, man. That's how we do it. Paranormal in the Funhouse. What's up, man? Good to see you. Long time no see. Share Bear 79. You're not getting a blank thing. Oh my goodness. Let's delete this moron. Goodbye. Yeah, that was stupid. That's what happens when you don't have a producer, guys. Comments like that get popped up because I can't read everything. And currently it says I'm 47 comments behind in the screen. So I don't know if I'm actually 47 behind or if there's 47 comments so far. I don't know, but I'll try to catch up. Speaking of those picks, my Christmas wish quarterback draft pick is 6'5", 230 pound Mega Man Cannon for NR. Man, wouldn't we all like that? Big D says, eat well, drink fluids, and trust in Christ. Absolutely. Nothing more important in that comment than trust in your Father God. Trust in your Lord and Savior. That is the most important thing in your life. And I got to say this, guys. If you make Christ the center of your life will be a lot better. Believe that. All right, let's keep going. The upcoming quarterback class leaves so much to be desired that I'd rather wait a year. Drafting the wrong quarterback is a multi-year setback. Absolutely, and that's my point. I couldn't agree with you more, man. I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, you got to prepare for both, man. You got to prepare for both. Bear will be fine. The Bears, you mean? Yeah, they may be. They may be. TD celebrates 18 months as a Mike Drop Mafia member. Thank you, TD, one of the OGs up in this joint. We appreciate you, my man. D says Rudolph playing quarterback is the only reason I have to watch football at the moment. If OK State loses tonight, it will be the 3 years since they won a conference game. Damn, dude, you need to get a new squad. But we'll see. Hopefully, an OK State alum like Mason Rudolph gets another opportunity in the Windy City and is able to continue to do what two does, and that is simply just win. And I know people don't like to hear that, but guys, Mason Rudolph has been, in his last few starts with the Steelers, has been a top quarterback in the National Football League. Whether you want to admit that or not, whether you want to hear it or not, it's the actual freaking truth. Mason Rudolph can get the job done. He is a top-ranked, top-5 quarterback in the National Football League in his last 5 times that he has suited up for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we'll eliminate the playoff game. We'll just talk about the last 4 regular season games that he has either started or appeared in. He is a top 5, top 3 NFL quarterback when those games are happening. That is not a fluke, guys. That is a consistent thing that you've seen over and over and over again when he is behind a competent offense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, Tennessee wasn't the opportunity that probably was the best thing for Mason. But guess what? When you see him with an actual competent team, he does really, really well, and he can manage the game, and that's exactly what you're looking for. You always hear the term game manager, and people act like that's a sin to say, or that's something bad to say about a quarterback. No. If I'm a coach and you tell me you have a game manager in a quarterback, that's exactly what the hell I'm looking for. That's exactly what I want. A game manager. That is what all the elite quarterbacks do. Manage the game. So yeah, I don't know whoever made that a bad word to say about quarterbacks. Oh, he's just a game manager. Well, great. Thank you. Awesome. That's what I want. I'm confident we can win tomorrow. We already beat the Patriots and the Colts, and they're good teams, and that's from Footsbig. Yeah, and they do have some signature wins, but they have some real signature losses too, guys. So that's the issue with the Steelers right now. You don't know which football team you're going to get. Are you going to get the defense that comes out and handles the run, plays the pass well, continues to get after the quarterback, and the offense that can put 24 to 25 points on average up on the board? That's what you're looking for. That's the formula the Steelers use to win. Have an offense that can manage 24, 25 points a game on average. That would be fantastic. This is the formula. Over 20, we'll just say this. If their offense can get over 23 points in a game, they have a really, really good chance to win if their defense is playing the way that they should. That's how this team is built. Let's get to JD real quick. Hold on. Let me bring JD's comment up. Yeah, not a good idea to say who's the quarterback for Pittsburgh this week. I just thought the internet was a secret society and only a few people knew. No, brother, I'd tell you if I knew. I think it's being played well right now. We'll see how it goes. But we'll talk about that tomorrow right before the game. So, we'll see JD and we will talk about it. Black and Gold Ayuk was said to have been missing meetings and being malcontent. But he did resign in San Francisco with a grain of salt. So did he really want to be there? Maybe for 3 years. I don't know the scenario, guys. Sometimes a change of scenery is definitely warranted. Neil Bowman 573. Bears will win by 2 scores, or they could lose by 2 scores. So you never know. Jim D 509. He says, "Hey, voided that contract and took back guaranteed money today." Okay, I have to look at that, bro. They voided a 3-year contract Ayuk got and took back guaranteed money today, so he has no contract anymore. Well, if that's the case and he's just simply a free agent, the Steelers could go get him tomorrow. Sorry, guys, I'm going to try to continue to get rid of this person. If there's any moderators out there that have moderating powers, delete that person, that share bear. Bears literally missing half their defensive starters. That's from Johnny 4709. Claws up, bear down. That sounds like you're trying to shit, Rowan, Ron, or Rowan, or Ron Winarski 2915. Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to take a shit. Bear down. You get a flag. Flag on a play, bro. Flag on a fucking play. Yeah, I bet you do. Johnny says, so Bears missing 7 defensive starters. How do we exploit that? By playing normal football, man, and taking advantage. I mean, I don't know if there's any magic elixir that you take to exploit that. But yeah, that's what you do. Super Bowl shuffle bound. Bears down. Bears down or bear down? Bear down. Take a shit. Flag on a play. You get a flag. Down. Yeah, they're probably going to go down. You're right about that, Frank. Bears are probably going to go down. You're right about that. I got to say this. It's going to be a very difficult task. It definitely will be, especially if 2's in there. You guys better hope 8's in there. I'm just saying, you better hope Aaron's in there, because if 2's in there, y'all are in fucking big trouble, bro, because he is going to dice you up. Dice you up. Frank says we're pretenders in the Steel City. No, no. Flag on the play. They got some signature wins. Name me some of the signature wins for the Bears, Frank. Put some of that in the comments. Give me some signature wins that the Bears have this year against teams that are really, really good. I can give you several for the Steelers so far. The Patriots, they beat 21-14 in week 3. They beat the Vikings 24-21. They beat the Browns, especially when the Browns were playing stellar fucking defense, and they still do. I know a lot of people have beat the Browns, but they've done that. They beat them 23-9. They were able to slow a Bengals offense that was scoring 33 plus points a game and beat them pretty handily and pretty decisively. And then you look at the Indianapolis Colts game. The Steelers were able to absolutely stifle Jonathan Taylor and make him absolutely non-existent. Yes, they gave up 2 100-yard passing receivers in that game, 2 100-yard receivers in that game, but yet again, the Steelers were able to really just dominate that game, and it was really a play or two and the Steelers' favor from being a complete and utter fucking blowout for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah. We'll help out the Ravens in the standings. Frank, name me some signature wins from the Bears. I'm not trying to be a dick or anything. I just want to hear some of your signature wins. I named you some from the Steelers, but I would like to hear some of yours. We have another super chat coming in here from our friend JD. Thank you, JD. 21-10 Steelers. I'm going to write JD's score down because I like to keep them 21-10. That's from JD. He says Steelers with the victory tomorrow. That's from our boy JD. Didn't you guys lose to the Bengals and Joe Flacco? Yes, they did once, but they replayed them. And the 3 prior games prior and many before, the Bengals offense was averaging 33 plus points a game, and you saw Jamar Chase get what, 2 yards or 1 yard or something like that. and absolutely be miserable. Uh, T. Higgins had not much. Yeah, he had that one score, but it is what it is. But that was about all their offense. Would they have 10 points? So yeah, it is what it is. They took an offense and made them look pedestrian. An offense that was scoring 33 plus points a game. Who Day is the stupidest thing to say ever in all of sports. Please don't say that, man. You look so dumb when you say it. It's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my entire existence in sports. Who Day? Who Day? Like, why? Whoever made that up sounds ridiculous. And if I were a player, I would be embarrassed to hear that from the fan base. I'd be like, why? Why are you saying that? It's embarrassing. And if I were a player, I would be right in the face of the media camera saying, fans, please eliminate Who Day from your vocabulary because it sounds so dumb. It is so annoying. It is worth a penalty flag every damn time. It is so bad. So bad. There's Sean. Yes, he was. 24-17 Bears. That's from Squeaky67. Roger Soldier Field lease will be terminated. Didn't Ocho make that up? No, they've been saying that for years, dude. Years. And they actually say it, I believe, in New Orleans, too. Who they, go beat the Bengals. It's like, oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord, dude. It's miserable. It's miserable to hear. I don't know how anybody even says it. Like, I'd be embarrassed to even type it in a comment. I'd be embarrassed. But anyway, again, name me some of the signature wins that the Bears have, guys. All you Bears fans in the chat right now, name me some signature wins with your shitty quarterback, Caleb Williams. Name me one. Because I said who the best quarterback to come out of that draft was, and that was Jaden Daniels. Bro, I told you that before he was ever picked. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Give me some signature wins. Footsbeg says 34, 26 Steelers. I just jot some of these down. If not, I'll go in through the chat and write them back down after the show. I'll look for them. All right, guys. The Bears fans must not really have anything to come up with here when you talk about signature wins. So, well, I guess we'll just leave that alone. But I got to remind you to make sure that you're subscribing to the best damn channel on YouTube. That's right here, Mike Drop Sports. Make sure you do that if you're not already, and make sure you are hitting that like, share, and subscribe button every damn time. Well, subscribe, you only have to hit once. So, but every damn time you come on, hit that like, share, and the hype, all that good stuff. But tomorrow, make sure you join us tomorrow. Sean, maybe you want to come on to do a show for pregame. Let me know, or you want to do postgame. I know that's early for you. If you want to do one of them, the other, just let me know. So maybe Sean will join us tomorrow for game day. If not, you'll have me here, and we'll go over Steelers pregame, and we'll talk about the matchup against the bear down. Yeah, bear down flag. But anyway, we'll go over this matchup between the Bears, and we'll go over the Steelers and the do's and don'ts for them as we approach. But bear down, who dey? I don't think Bears. This is from Challenger. I don't think Bears are as good as their record. Haven't played anyone. I know Steelers have only won once in Chicago in '95. I think the Steelers defense gets to Caleb Williams. Yeah, but guys, how often do they play in Chicago? You got to take that into consideration. How many losses are in there? One or two? I'm just saying. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with Challenger. I don't think that their record is indicative of how good they really are or aren't. So we'll talk about that. But I'm going to leave you with the best outro in the game right now. It's right here on Mike Drop Sports. So thank you, guys. And we will see you tomorrow for a pregame and a postgame show. And we will talk all things Steelers and give you all you need. Thank you for the super chats tonight, guys. You're absolutely awesome. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Those are absolutely super important to the channel, man. And again, guys, we have almost 5,000 subscribers. everybody throws 99 cents in a month. That is like pocket change you find in a couch from each person. Dude, we would be absolutely taking over this game. But yeah, it is what it is. So we'll see you on the next one, guys, tomorrow for our Steelers pregame show at 11:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Mike Drop Sports. So until then, peace.
Power takes an approach as a coach.
Let's go. Let's go. It's a field back block, and that's